Howdy, friends. It's Miles and it's Bob.
Howdy.
Howdy. How's it going?
How do you do?
It's a game of no halves. And, well, we're back, Bob. Here we are.
Here we are. Look at this.
Now, we must précis this because obviously the Euro final has just taken place.
Yeah.
But we are pre-recording this episode because I'm currently in Greece. So we don't know what's happened.
We've just been talking about Mars's swim up room.
Yeah,
swim up to room.
I know, that's where I am currently in Kos.
I want to be there.
30 plus degrees, enjoying a cocktail.
Not that Mars is good with heat, I've got to tell you.
Well, I'm ginger, so I'm obviously not. Yeah, so that's where I am. So we don't know what's happening in the Euros.
No.
We don't actually at this point.
So don't tell us.
Yeah, we actually don't even know whether England even got to the final at this point in time.
No, we don't.
Because we're pre-recording so far ahead. But we'll ignore all that because the only football that really matters, Bob, is North London, of course.
Absolutely.
This is Bob's fictitious football team that he's made up, and he plays games with around the house with a phone football and has kept statistics of for 35 years, like the insane person you are, Bob. You've kind of invented Football Manager in real life.
Yes.
And so this podcast, we're going into it every single week. We go back through the history of North London. And last episode...
What did somebody call me? A flag flyer for autism?
Yes. Something like that, yeah. So if you're not watching, by the way, I'm holding up, you can probably hear it, all of the stats for the 2012 to 13 season, Bob, which is rare.
I own it, by the way.
Yeah.
I really do. Because this,
undiagnosed, but we'll...
No, but this, doing North London and this whole kind of activity has taken me into a space in the world, in my head. That's just such a lovely place to be, thinking about tactics, replaying. Because Mars, don't you? The moments when you're on a sports pitch, whatever it is, cricket, football, tennis, whatever it is, and you do that superb backhand or that lovely cover drive.
Or you score that banger.
And it stays in your head.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I know. Always.
You can replay it, can't you?
Yeah, for sure.
So I can replay quite a lot of the moments of kicking the football around the house.
Playing against the coffee table. Yeah.
Hitting the underside of the bar, cannoning into the back of the net.
Yeah. I know. You do remember, moments, some goals I scored for the village team, or even just at five-a-side.
Yeah.
You just, like when you scored that goal, it does exactly what you were intending it to do somehow.
And it sticks, doesn't it?
I know, it's weird.
It's one of the magic things about playing sport.
Yeah, and watching it, to be fair.
And watching it, yeah. I mean, this is really, really going back. This is before I even moved to London.
Right. Where were you at this point in time?
I was in Northampton, and because my dad was a policeman.
Did he ever play any sport?
Yes, he did. He was big on his rugger.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to play... Now... This is an interesting thing because there weren't caps or anything like that. But my dad in the Second World War was stationed in South Africa.
Really?
Yes. He was in the RAF.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yes. And they played 2 representative international games of cricket. Between the service people. Yeah. And it just so, obviously, conscription and you're in the army or the RAF or whatever it is. And so alongside people from all walks of life and all occupations, you have your great sportsmen too.
Cool.
Or sports people.
Yeah.
And my dad was in South Africa and there were 2 or 3 other top flight cricketers who were stationed nearby. And they held this. It was a sort of unofficial, official international between England and South Africa. And my dad played in that. Yeah.
Gosh,
and he was a very good all-rounder, spin bowler and batsman. But he also played rugger, and he was a fearsome, dirty rugger player. He was shocking.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was. Well, Welsh, you see, my dad was Welsh.
Yeah.
So he really encouraged me to play rugger. And I was playing for the school first 15 when I was 14 and a half years old. And it's so funny because there were 3 of us from the under 15s that made it up into the first team, 2 years ahead of time. And I can remember the names of the other 2 players.
Yeah. Did they go on to do anything in the
Rod
rugby
Asbury, who I think played for Northampton Saints.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I did a shoot with them recently.
And Spencer Wright. There were the 3 of us. Yeah.
Oh, my God. This can't be real.
What?
No, it's just from our search history. Just like the first thing that comes up is Rod Asbury Swindon.
You are kidding. You know,
No,
seriously.
I think it's from our search history. If you listen to the last couple of episodes, Swindon's been a bit of a theme.
Swindon is our answer to the meaning of life.
Yeah. I'm gonna what Asbury.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm
Right.
sorry, I'm beginning to ramble on this, but my dad took me up to a trial in Birmingham,
Yeah.
where it was for the middle encounters. This is on the ladder now,
Right.
and I was the centre 3/4, and we were split into the probables and the possibles.
Okay.
And I was playing centre 3/4 for the possibles, but the captain of the probables was one of the centres in the probables team. So effectively, there were three of us playing for one position.
Yeah.
And the level, when you go up into that sort of level, I mean, I spent most of the first bit of the match going, whoa. Anyway, I normally played left centre, but because it's, so I was right centre in this match. I had the number 13 on my back as opposed to number 12. Anyway, the fly half inside me, that we got a line out about 10 yards into our half, and the ball comes back, scrum half, fly half, and comes to me. So I now got this little bit of space in front of me as I'm running towards the opposition. And my plan was to just draw my opposite centre in and pass out, giving my outside centre a little bit more space. Yeah. Well, as I went to pass, my opposing centre went with the ball. He just took his eye off me just for a second and accelerated through this gap, drew the full back, passed to the left centre, he scored under the post. I went, oh my God, I've just done this. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. So I found myself in the first 15, and my first game ever was under floodlights in Stratford-upon-Avon, about 5,500 people there.
Wow.
I was 17 and a half, 18 years old. That trial that I went to when my dad took me to Birmingham is the most nervous I have ever been in my entire life.
I know, sports does that to you, I think.
I've never been so, I was shaking.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, isn't it, with sport? It's a weird thing. I don't know why it makes you so nervous, but also why it sticks in your memory so much. I think it's because you can't plan for it, really, can you? Like, what happens? You can, but once you're out on the pitch or whatever, if you mess up or if you do something brilliant, it's a split-second thing, isn't it? And you can't really...
And there was no training, we were just a group of kids. Well, kids. I mean, I was playing against people in their 30s against me. And I was probably one of the youngest on the field. Yeah. But there wasn't any routine training or anything like that. We just turned up and played. Yeah. And that was it. It was, I tell you though, so some of the trips home on coaches after big matches, not a great place to be, particularly when you're the youngest. I remember
rugby culture is
I remember being on the coach still in my rugby kit, because it was all so different in those days. Yeah. And somebody got hold of my trousers.
Right.
And we stopped the coach, and somebody climbed up and they put them on on the top of a street lamp.
Wow. Bloody rugby lads.
Yeah, really.
Different breed.
Yes.
Wow. Well, there you go.
So this is all before I even moved to London.
So how long did a rugby career last then? How far did you go?
Once I started in Trinity Grammar, I made the first 15 pretty quickly. And then, so I would have been 12. But then when I got promoted into the school first 15, that was really something. And then from there, I'll never forget this, as well as occasionally somebody from the school first 15 would be chosen to play for the old boys. Okay. Now, this was a real honor, and you were even given a special shirt and everything. And I was chosen to play for the old boys. Now, that really was something. Wow. And I kept the shirt until it completely disintegrated and fell apart. Right. It was a beautiful thing. Yeah. Because you could keep the shirt. That was part of it,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you pursued a career in presenting and it all went downhill.
That's right. I discovered rock and roll, and it ended abruptly.
Yeah, different lifestyle, really, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah. But you kept your sporting things going with North London. Speaking of which, so we ended the year last time round, and yeah, you were second in the table, but with 2 games in hand. So we're going into the January transfer window now, and there's actually some business going on, Bob. Interesting.
Oh, okay. What, in January?
In January.
Okay.
Yeah. Now this is a really interesting move. And I'm not sure why this has happened because anyway.
Okay.
Kaka
Yes.
is leaving on a free in January.
Well,
What's prompted that?
it must have been something to do with Real Madrid.
Something in real life.
In real life.
Because he's been playing a lot and playing
Yeah.
well.
Yes, he has.
But he's
and
gone.
a free.
Because you signed him and sold him, and then you signed him back again, didn't you, the last season?
So how
And
old
now
would
he's
he
off
have
again.
been here?
Well,
It'll say, won't it, on the-
31 at the start of the season.
31.
So, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there you go. He's
Whoa.
out. And anyway, to fill that gap,
Yeah.
for 8.5 million,
Yes.
in comes Wesley Sneijder.
Okay.
So there you go. Now, this would be a young Wesley Sneijder at this point, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Let's see how old he is at this point in time.
Have you seen him lately?
I was going to say the same thing. Yes, I have. He's somewhat enjoying his retirement, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
So he's born in 84.
Okay.
And this is now 2013. So,
Okay, so he'd be 29?
yeah. So maybe not so young in that case.
In fact, well, actually, for a midfielder, if you get them at a reasonable
so
price,
in real life at the end. So I think he was still possibly into at this point, but at the end of the season he goes to Galatasaray in real life. So it's that kind of period of his career.
Okay,
so
so it
he's
is
still playing at the top level though.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
so he's come in to replace Kaka in January,
Yeah.
which is
How much did I pay for him?
was it 6.5 million or something?
See,
like
I
that?
think I got him as a bit of a bargain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
8.5 million.
Right, okay.
So not
Yeah.
bad, not bad really. I would say.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, first game without Kaka is away against Arsenal,
Yeah.
and it's a 1-0 win. Fantastic defensive performance, it says here. Occasionally dangerous in attack, mainly through Neymar and brilliant Ozil performance.
Okay.
So, Mesut Ozil is the person who's
I'm
sat.
just looking for the actual squad because I don't think we've really sort of explained who's in the squad
yeah,
for this
go for it.
season. So shall we just go through some of the names?
Okay.
So you're 33.
At this point. So, I'm in goal at this point.
And in total, at the end of the season, look, you've played 48 matches.
Wow.
Then the number 2 is Booker.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Bennett,
Yes.
David Bennett. Freddie Haynes is number 4. Diego Godin, number 5.
Yeah, if you didn't recognise any of those first 4 names, it's because they're all not real footballers. But
Yeah,
there we
yeah.
go. Freddie Haynes is surely.
Freddie
He's
Haynes.
in North London folklore by now.
He is a legend. So then Perquois.
Yeah,
Or
Perquis, or however you pronounce that. Yeah.
Who's played 13 games in the Mesut Ozil,
Yeah.
Sam Tokler, number 8, Karim Benzema, number 9,
Yeah.
Kaka, 10,
Yeah.
Neymar, 11,
Neymar.
Mark Barnard, 12,
Subkeeper, yeah.
Diego Fallen, 13, and then
Yeah.
when Wesley Sneijder came in, he
took
was number 14.
Okay.
15 is
Oh, so
Dylan.
it says here he's 28.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. But Dylan is 15, Schweinsteiger 16, Mats Hummels
He would have been 28
17.
at the start of the
Started,
season.
yeah.
wouldn't he? Yeah.
Christian Eriksen 18,
Yeah.
Rossi 19.
Giuseppe
That's
Rossi.
Giuseppe Rossi, isn't
Yeah.
it? Ben Barnard 20, Jake Webber 21, Pato 22,
Yeah.
Nathan Redmond 23,
Yeah.
a fictitious Miles.
I know.
That I don't know where this Miles
we
has
explored
come
this,
from.
didn't we? Because that's a random youth prospect who.
Yeah, who Simon Astor 25,
Yeah.
Granville 29,
Yeah.
Ben Granville, and then Cameron,
Yeah.
who's now head of streaming at Atlantic.
Another one of my mates.
Yeah,
And Chapman,
who's Chapman? He only made one substitute appearance in the.
he hasn't even got an age. He's just
Just Chapman.
yeah.
Yeah,
A bit
so
like
that's
Cher.
the squad anyway.
Right.
And one of the things, if you notice, the first team, there's no number over 30.
Yeah, you're even 29 at this point, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
just
because I try as much as possible to keep to the 1 to 11.
Yeah.
I just still love it, 1 to 11.
Yep.
So you're talking about a number 9. And you know, in nowadays, Miles, you hear, don't you, the discussions. He's a number 6.
Yeah, I know.
Or he's a number 8.
They do use numbers a lot more as positions nowadays.
They do.
Analysis,
Or
I
a
think.
number 9.
Yeah,
So,
10.
you know, I can imagine them
Yeah.
being, I can see the players.
Yeah.
I can see the number 10.
Yeah, but rarely do they actually wear that number.
No,
eh?
no, that's right.
No. It's funny because number 6 kind of morphed into becoming a centre-back's number, didn't it, over the years? But It's I suppose that defensive, like Paul Pogba is an archetypal number 6,
yes,
isn't he?
He is, yeah. And I suppose the 6 has become a 5 because, like, say, with Jude Bellingham at Real Madrid.
Well, that's just because Zidane wore that number.
Yeah.
They're the only two ever, really, I can think of having that number.
And
iconic.
See, 4, 5, and 6, those 3 numbers are slightly interchangeable with midfield.
Whenever I play on FIFA or Football Manager or something, I always have 5 and 6 as the centre backs and number 4 as the defensive mid. That's how I remember things. Anyway,
because Owen Hargreaves was number 4.
He was number 4, yeah.
For United, wasn't he?
Having said that, if we do sign De Ligt, United, which might have happened in real life by the time this comes out.
Wow.
Be great. I think he'd take number 4. He takes number 4 quite a lot.
Here we have immediately now a dilemma, Miles.
Because he plays for North London.
Has been playing for North London for 4 years and has become first team captain.
Well, you're going to have to let him go, aren't you? Bob's got this
He's
rule.
not going to want to go,
No.
is he? I don't want him to go, so what's going to happen?
He's going to have to, isn't he? You've got to abide by your own rules.
I'm going to have to let him go.
Bob basically can't have anybody in his squad that is also playing for another Premier League team. So as soon as De Ligt signs for United, if it happens, you're going to have to let him go.
Yes.
Sad times. Oh, well, you can cash in on him at least.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back into the fixtures.
Okay.
Reading away ends in a 1-1 draw, it says here. Terrible conditions prevent fluent passing game, it says here, Bob.
Terrible conditions.
In the start of January 2013.
I bet if we looked it up, I bet the weather's rubbish.
Yeah.
That's
probably.
what it was. And so I was pretending in my head that it was raining and because
well, it would have been raining outside the window, surely.
It probably would have.
This is a leak in the roof.
Yeah. God, I wish we could look that up. But
I mean, could we?
I don't know.
Should I just look up?
January 2013, did you say?
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll look it up.
Okay.
So, but when the conditions are like, do you change your play
I do.
depending on?
Yes. Particularly, like if there's quite a strong wind and it's blowing with me, let's say, I'll long ball slightly more.
Well, I can't believe you just said that. Look at
Right.
the little notes at the bottom of this, Bob. It says longer ball game. Granville left footer saves unbeaten record. You just don't change, do you?
Oh, that's incredible. That is, isn't it?
You even predicted what your past self said 11 years ago. Wow. Oh my God. That is just
well, you
crazy.
see, there we are. The theories still hold true.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, so when you're facing when you're facing the wind, you keep the ball down and everybody's much tighter.
Yeah.
When you're in possession because you want to keep the accuracy, but the minute you lose possession, you go further out to protect a wider area because they are going to long ball.
Well, yeah, I know. So there you go.
So the tactics are different in those sort of weather conditions.
It does say that. So I'm on weatherspark.com, my account has historical weather forecasts in Oxfordshire. It says,
what was the weather in Swindon?
Yeah. Well, much like this, I would have thought. But it does say pretty much every day from the 1st of January, recent rain and drizzle, light drizzle, mist, light drizzle, fog, light rain, recent rain, fog, mist, haze, mist, light rain. So it was raining a lot.
Yeah.
So
it was raining a lot. And windy.
Yeah. Oh, my God. And then in the next game, it says here, Bob, it's home against Norwich City.
Yes.
Very poor performance. Rescued by 2 late goals. Benzema in the 88th and Dylan in the 92nd. Claim a 2-1 win. So that leaves you now 2 points behind United, who are in first, but you've got a game in hand.
Okay. And no point. This is one of the things with being a supporter of North London. Admittedly, it is. You're
never like 10 points
I'm
clear.
Never 10 points
no.
clear. It's never particularly easy.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so before we carry on, so this is something that we've introduced and we're doing quite a lot of on the podcast now, is Football Pointless.
Okay.
So for those of you outside of the UK who don't know what Pointless is, basically there's a game show on TV in the UK where you get asked a question and you have to come up with an answer that is correct, but that the least amount of people guessed out of 100 that this question gets asked to.
Okay.
A bit like golf. So you're trying to get a correct answer with the least possible guesses. It's called Pointless. And there's a great TikTok account that posts football pointless questions. So what I like to do, and I've introduced the podcast, is me and Bob to try and guess some football pointless answers. So the idea of this, and you can play along at home, is that I'll ask a question and you've got to come up with the least likely correct answer.
Yes.
If you get an answer that nobody guessed from the 100 people that were asked, it's a pointless answer and that's the best you can do. If you get an answer incorrect, it's 100 points. That's the worst you can do.
Yes.
And then everywhere in between. So should we start?
We ought to have one of those stings. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Richard gets a football pointless sting together.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the first football pointless question of today, Bob.
Okay.
Thanks to Won the Ball on TikTok for this. Okay, so there are 8 possible correct answers to this.
Okay. Swindon.
Yeah. Name any of the clubs that Ronaldinho has played for. I don't think he played for Swindon, but so 8 clubs he's played for. So there's definitely, so obviously we've got Barca, we've got AC Milan.
Was it Santos? Did he play for Santos? What?
Was it Santos? I think he might have played for like the red and black strip in Brazil. I think it's Botafogo, possibly. I think he played for them for a bit. Or was it Fluminense?
Yeah, no,
Barca, AC Milan, PSG.
Okay.
I definitely remember him playing for a team that wore red and black.
Yeah,
in
North London.
Yeah.
That's a pointless answer.
For 6 months he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. No, serious, that's a pointless answer.
Okay, well, there we go. We'll count that. So how many?
Because nobody will
8.
get North London, will they? Let's face it.
No, it was because it didn't happen.
Yeah, it did.
Well, on the podcast it did. 8 clubs.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
No, seriously, I think we should put North London in there. I'm going for North London,
All
Miles.
right, you can go for North London. I'll put it to the side.
Okay.
So Barcelona, AC Milan, PSG,
Yeah.
Botafogo, Fluminense. I'm sure. Oh, was it either of those? What's the team that plays in black and red that's in Brazil? I can't remember their names. But 8 clubs is a lot, isn't it? Did he play for anyone else in Europe?
He must have done.
I can't remember him playing. But PSG to Barca,
Yes.
AC Milan, maybe all the rest of Brazilian clubs.
Yeah.
Because he never went to like the MLS or anything, did he? Or any other places like that?
No,
Don't think he did.
No, he didn't.
He must have played for Santos, mustn't he? Because I think were him and Ronaldinho in the same team.
Well, I said Santos.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Santos.
Oh, not North London.
Well, yeah, no, I'm going to go for North London. But no, Santos is another team on the list.
Okay, we'll put it down.
Yeah.
Because
So what are you
were
going
they
to go
there at
for
the same
then?
time at any point? I'm not sure they were.
Go on,
Oh man,
Choose.
I think this is the thing with playing pointless is you've got to try and second guess a correct answer that not a lot of people would have guessed.
then. Yeah.
Should-
I'm sticking with North London.
All right, well you go North London. I'm going to go Botafogo just to make things interesting.
all right
We'll
then.
see. All right, here we
Okay.
go. Barcelona, 85.
Yes.
AC Milan, 63.
Uh-huh.
PSG, 41.
Okay.
I think I've got this wrong. I think there are so many bloody Brazilian teams, and I've not chosen the right one. Grêmio, 10.
Right.
Flamengo, 4.
Right.
Atletico Mineiro, 3.
Right.
And there were 2 pointless answers, Bob.
Right.
Fluminense is one of them, which I guessed but didn't say. And Querétaro. So I think we've got
No, we've got North London. We're fine. So it's 0
and
points.
North London.
It's a pointless answer.
All right, yeah, pointless answer. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll count that.
Yeah.
Damn it, I should have gone for Fluminense.
Yeah.
So they didn't play for Botafogo or for Santos.
Okay.
There you go.
No.
All these
So
random
we're
Brazilian
pointless on the
teams.
first round, so we're okay.
Well, let us know how you got on at home anyway. That's interesting. I can't believe he's played for that many teams. Who the hell are Querétaro? I swear they're a Mexican team. Was he ever there? I swear they're Mexican.
You're on
Yeah. His Mexican team. When on earth would he have played for them? Ronaldinho.
Wow.
I'm just going to look this up as to when he actually played for them.
It's a bit like George Best playing for Dorchester or something. What did he play for? I can't remember.
He went there between 2014 and 2015.
Did he?
Played 25 appearances and scored 8 goals.
Did he?
Yeah. How random. I
That is so
completely forgot
random.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he started at Grêmio. That's right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't that impressed with my knowledge there. I should have gone for Fluminense. Oh well, that was the first football pointless of the day. We'll come back to that later on.
Yeah. I think we've made a good start, frankly.
North London, the pointless answer.
Yeah.
back to real North London Bob and their results.
Okay.
Away at Sunderland, and it's a 1-1 draw. Massive goal from Benzema. Sunderland control first half. Team gradually builds second half pressure, resulting in Benzema's 16th goal of the season, his 7th in last 6 games.
7 in 6.
So
That's pretty good,
he's reaching form at just the right time. Come the turn of the year.
Yeah.
Massive
See,
game
I like
next.
that fulcrum, you know. I've always liked that idea of the number 9.
Yeah.
I really do like it. That's able to drop back a little bit, link play, but is there. I mean, it's been interesting to see where Harry Kane is at moments where Saka's gone down the right and pulled the ball back across.
Not in the 6 yard box.
He's not in the 6 yard box.
Well, you say that, Bob. It might you never know. Semi-final and the final, it might have been banging him in from 6 yards out. We don't know if we're recording this. Hopefully, but I agree with that.
If he's been listening to any of the press conferences I've been doing,
he'll know.
He'll know that this is my.
So then, next game in the league, this is a big one against Manchester City, who are in the running at the top of the table, at home. And it says here, return to form with a really good win in high-quality game, and it finishes 4-2 to North London.
Okay.
Benzema and Neymar with a double each.
Right.
That's what you like to hear.
I mean, you look at those two names, Benzema and Neymar.
Yeah.
What a forward line you've got.
With Dylan on the left-hand side. It says here, this time the team takes its chances, and Miles makes 4 world-class saves.
Well, there we are.
For which you're welcome, my friend.
Yes.
So at the end of January, it looks like United are still top of the league by 2 points, but you've still got a game in hand.
Right.
So that's where things are.
Okay.
Next up, QPR.
Right.
5-0 win. Totally dominate QPR with brilliant high tempo into passing.
Right.
Score 4 goals in devastating 15-minute spell before half-time.
Yeah.
Your 50th Premier League and 100th goal overall of the season already. That's crazy.
Yes. See, the thing is, so as I say, it would be so easy to just walk around against the wall, walk up to the goal and put it in.
Yeah.
Obviously, but it just, my matches just did not happen that way.
Yeah.
Because I was constantly finding ways of kicking the ball against it, bringing it back under control, flicking it from side to side. You know, I mean, literally building up quite complex, intricate passing movements. Because if I was playing against a team, they would not let me just walk the ball into the net.
I suppose
so. I had to build up movements and get good, because this was all part of my fitness regime at the time. And get good to be able to score goals. Like when I talk about quick interpassing, that's exactly what I would have been doing.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dylan with 2, Weber, Ozil and Toklov all on the score sheet there. 5-0. Not such good interpassing in the next game there, Bob.
Oh, okay.
0-0 away at Fulham. And then home against Swansea, 3-0 win, Ozil, Benzema and Dylan in the first 25 minutes.
Right.
It says you slow the tempo with containing possession game.
Right. I used to do that in the kitchen.
Right.
Just stay in the kitchen, kick the ball around.
Sit deep in the kitchen.
Yeah. Doing as many passes as I can before I gave up possession in some way.
Well, there you
so
are.
Using the corners, the edge of the dishwasher, back against the back wall, to and fro the whole time, just moving around the kitchen, flicking the ball up. I love flicking the ball up into the corner so it bounces back at me. And
Amazing. We'll have to get some video footage of you doing this.
Yeah.
So it means that you've now joined United and City. You've all played 25 games. United are a point ahead of you on 62.
Okay.
And actually City are looking quite a way back on 53.
Right.
So it looks
it's
like
me and United.
It looks that way, with 25 games played. So 13 games to go.
This would have been the season where in the Premier League, this is Sir Alex's last season. Isn't it? I bet you this is the year that they won the league by 11 points.
2012-13.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we look it up? What happened? 2012-13 Premier League. Champions Manchester United, 13th Premier League title, 20th English title. So it must have been it, yeah.
That was the last one that United won, wasn't it?
It must have been.
Yeah. I think it's an 11-point cushion they had.
Yeah, it is. Ferguson announced his retirement. His final game in charge was away to West Brom on the final day of the season, which is 5-5.
Yeah.
The only time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah, I know. It's brilliant. So, also, Miles, I have to say that in the wider world, as it were, North London doesn't exist in a vacuum.
No. Really? It's the vacuum of your head. That's what it is. It's just North London and hot air, isn't it? Around there?
Because the team, the record of the team, so the wins, the draws, and the losses, they're what happened to North London, and then I insert them in the real league table.
The question is, Bob,
if I explain that,
yeah. Are you going to allow Alex Ferguson to win the league in his last season?
Well, this is the thing. You know, now it would definitely have been in my head
I know.
to think,
but
United are going to win the league. So what, as North London, bearing in mind that, you know, what do I do about that? It's like sort of going back in time, isn't it? And rearranging history. Yeah. Am I going to really
rob Fergie of his final title?
Rewrite this. So that's one of the subplots, isn't it? Is what
we'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Not yet, by all accounts. 2-0 win against Aston Villa in the next game. It says here, Schneider scores 25 minutes into his debut game.
Okay.
Which is very good. Schneider and Toklov with the goals there. Mm-hmm. Then North London derby against Spurs, ends in a 1-0 win. Fortunate win for injury-hit squad. Ozil, Toklov and Hummels all out injured that game.
Okay.
And it says, start well, but Spurs attack throughout the game. Bale has 4 clear chances.
Oh, really?
Which he doesn't take. I'm going to put that down to my sheer presence in goal, Bob. Probably.
Yes.
And then after that, shock, defeat, Stoke City away. It's a 1-0 loss.
Oh, that Tuesday night in the rain at Stoke.
Rory Delap's done you over with a long throw.
Yeah, really.
First Premier League defeat of the season.
You see, that's it. North London have always been vulnerable to long ball football.
Well, there you go. So that's obviously what they were doing.
Yeah.
And it means that with 10 games left in the league, United have a 4-point lead over you, and everyone's played the same amount of games now.
Right.
So possibly Alex Ferguson will be getting his final league title.
So where are we in Europe
Well,
now?
I was about to say, let's flick over. So PSG in the round of 16, Bob, first leg, a 3-1 win.
Oh, nice.
Weber, Dylan and Neymar against what would be his future club at this point.
Yes. And in fact, the PSG, looking at it, the PSG goal was just a consolation right at the end.
Play well in phases, but PSG create chances and get priceless away goals. So 3-1 going into the second leg, which we'll find out about after.
Right.
Big game, Bob.
Okay.
Home against United.
Okay.
And it ends 3-2 to North London. What a game.
Oh.
Benzema with a double and an own goal in the 66th minute. Secures the win. No notes about it, though.
Oh.
Just that. You've noted down the United goal scorers, though, for some reason. Welbeck and Giggs.
Okay.
Got the goals there. And then back into the Champions League. And, PSG win 2-1 at home, which means that, hang on a sec.
I go through on the away goals.
No, because you won 3-1 at home.
So
it says you withstand huge PSG pressure for first 20 minutes, and again early in the second half, Miles makes crucial penalty save on 66 minutes.
Yes.
Take lead with a brilliant counter-attacking goal. 2 late PSG goals, but hang on to go through 4-3.
Wow.
Dramatic game, Bob.
Because look, PSG scored in the 77th and 87th minutes.
Penalty save by me.
Wow, yes, Miles.
Big up North London.
Yes.
I'm always there, Bob, when you need me. So through to the quarterfinals against Barcelona. Oh, shite. What a fixture that is. Especially this time, they would have been in prime Barcelona territory there, wouldn't they? Back to the league.
Yep.
3-0 win against West Brom. Benzema with 2 again, and Wesley Sneijder. And then away at Chelsea, another big game. And it's a 2-1 win.
Okay.
Freddie Haynes and Pato.
See, Wesley Sneijder, I've always liked that number 10, who's operating in that area just outside
like
the penalty
bit of a free
area.
roll, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Sort of centre. I imagine them in my head. Sort of centre field, maybe 10 yards outside the penalty box, facing the goal, running onto the ball from there. And, with Pogba, Freddie Haynes when he comes forward, and also Sneijder had a good long-range shot on
brilliant.
him. So it's very, very difficult to defend from there.
Bruno Fernandes is the closest we've got these days in United, I think.
Yeah.
But interesting notes for this game, Bob.
Yes.
Chelsea dominate large parts of the match, do not deserve to lose. Haynes equaliser, a 30-plus yard screamer.
Yes, that's precisely. And I was doing that is amazing.
And Pato scores on superb counter. It also says here, Torres misses open goal in the last minute for Chelsea.
Oh dear. Wasn't successful for him, was
No,
it,
do
at
you
Chelsea?
remember that miss of his at Old Trafford that time? When he went round to Gea?
Yes.
I watching stuff like that happen, I actually felt bad for him at the time because
Well,
you could see how much it got to him.
yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. Mind you, karma. Because he completely destroyed Vidic that day, didn't he? And revelled in that. So I suppose.
But it means you've now closed the gap on United to a point.
Oh.
31 games played. United have got 77 points. You've got 76.
Okay.
City are back on 65. So it really is a two-horse race between you and Alex Ferguson for his last Premier League crown.
Yeah.
Let's move back into the Champions League.
I'm sure it would have been playing on my mind now. How bad would I feel depriving Sir Alex of his last?
Yeah, I know. We'll have to wait and see at the end of the episode to see whether you do that. Let's have another football pointless, Bob.
Okay.
And it's Champions League related. And actually, it's from this season, amazingly.
Okay.
So it's from 2012 to 13. So cast your mind back, Bob, as we're in that space this episode.
Okay.
So
Yes.
this is a good question.
Okay.
Name any outfield player to start for Borussia Dortmund in their 2013 Champions League final versus Bayern Munich.
Any outfield player? Dortmund.
Right, so for a start,
Mats Hummels. Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's test our knowledge here. Dortmund at that time, I think they would have had Piszczek as their right back, possibly. Remember him? Lucas Piszczek?
Yeah, now we're moving into... you're on your own here now, Mars.
Did Gundogan would have been playing for them around then?
Would he?
I think.
Wow.
I'm going to say Gundogan.
Okay, God, Mars, this is really good.
Do you remember Blaszczykowski?
Blaszczykowski.
Jacob Blaszczykowski? I don't know how the hell you spell it, but I think he would have been
Blaszczykowski.
Blaszczykowski. He was a winger for them.
Okay.
Subotic, he was a centre back. He might have played.
You're amazing.
Well, this is FIFA, prime FIFA era for me. That's how I remember it. Lewandowski would have been at Dortmund at that point. Would he have moved by then? Royce would have started, surely.
Royce. Yes, and I signed him for North London soon after.
Did you?
He's going to come up in the following season.
It might be next episode. We'll be seeing Marco Royce in the North London shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was their left back at the time? Who was just? It's just whether they started the game or not. Is what I'm thinking. I think Piszczek would have done because he was there starting right back.
Okay.
Oh, who was their left back?
I think I'm going to need to hurry you, Miles.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Jeez. Play along at home, by the way. If you're see, would Subotic have started at centre back? I'm thinking of him or Piszczek as one of the two. What do you reckon, Bob?
I'm with you, Miles.
You choose out of those two because I'm not sure which to choose.
The right back.
Piszczek. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay. Top answer, Marco Royce, 66. Ilkay Gundogan, 61.
Wow.
Robert Lewandowski, 59.
Okay.
Mats Hummels, 47. Jacob Blaszczykowski, 31. I'm getting all these.
Yeah.
Piszczek, 28. Oh, no, Bob. Oh, no.
What? Swindon.
No. Yeah. No. Subotic was a pointless answer. If we'd gone with Subotic, it would have been pointless. Shit.
So that's on me. Was it on me?
Well,
you said choose. It's on me. Oh no, I've missed the penalty.
Marcel Schmelzer. That's what I was thinking of. The left back he was 3.
Okay.
Sven Bender 14, and Kevin Grosskreutz would have been a pointless answer as well. Right. So we end up on 28. We could have got the pointless one though. If we'd gone for Subotic. Damn it! I got most of them though. Yeah. So Emre Can wasn't playing for them at that point. That's the one I got wrong.
So you never give me any responsibility for anything, Miles.
Well,
ever.
to be fair, no, I wouldn't have been able to choose because I wasn't. Of the two, I probably would have gone for that because I wasn't sure whether Subotic would have started because they had a centre back at the time as well called Felipe Santana, Brazilian centre back who scored a few goals for them. Yeah. Subotic was pointless. If you got him at home, well played. Right. Anyway, so 28 points. That's not bad. I mean, we did technically get 100 on the first one, didn't we? So
no, we didn't.
All right. Well,
it was a pointless answer. So we're 28.
Yeah. We could add 2 pointless answers if we'd stuck with Subotic. It could have been pointless. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Right. So. Champions League then, Bob. Barcelona.
Okay. Yes. Oh my goodness.
This is sort of would you say the two best teams in the world at this point in time?
They would be. Well, actually, on the coefficient,
Yeah.
North London were number one for years.
So you even went as far as working out the coefficient?
Yes, I did.
Oh, for God's sake. All right, anyway. Barcelona at home, first leg. It's a 3-1 win, Bob.
Wow.
Diego Godin, Wesley Sneijder and Benzema with the goals. Excellent
Right.
attacking performance against fading Barcelona team.
Oh.
So maybe they're just coming to the end of their brilliance, possibly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Following up with a tough game in the league against Liverpool away,
Okay.
which happens to be your favourite place to play by all accounts,
Yes.
isn't it? And it ends up that way again, 3-1. 2 goals from corners. Godin and Ben Barnard has popped up with another goal from a corner, along with Neymar in the 60th minute.
Do you see that tactic that from the
Yeah,
left
you were saying that before. Yeah.
for the right back to run into space just
Yeah.
on the edge of the area?
Yeah.
Boom.
There you go. Well, that's
Yeah.
because Ben Barnard is a right back, isn't he? So that's
Yeah.
clearly what would
Yeah.
happen there.
Yeah.
Bob,
Oh, right.
massive result in the next game, though.
Okay.
Southampton away,
Right.
and it's a 2-0 loss. That's a big result at this time of the season.
Yes, it is.
No notes.
Oh.
You're clearly absolutely you're distraught with the
Furious,
performance.
storming off the pitch, the end of the match.
And not
yeah.
the best way to prepare for a quarterfinal
No.
second leg against Barcelona. Let's go to that now. The final score in that one, and this is going to be away as well at the new camp.
Yes.
3-3.
Oh, my goodness.
So you are through in the end by 2 goals.
Okay.
It actually says here, late Messi equaliser distorts the scoreline of a match. North London dominate. So 3-3. Ozil, Bennett and Neymar with
Right.
the goals for you.
Okay.
Which sees you through into the semi-finals against, I'm going to try and do this without revealing the score to you, Bayern Munich, of course.
Okay.
Well, as we just we heard about them, they reached the final in real life. Will they do it in the North London world? So basically, whoever goes through there will be playing Dortmund, won't they?
Yes, I
suppose.
guess.
Yeah, 'cause
Would they? I don't know.
Well, because in real life, it was a Bayern Munich Borussia Dortmund final.
Oh, was it?
Because that's the pointless question we just answered.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know the whole thing we spent about 10 minutes doing. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess the winner of that will go through to Dortmund.
Yes.
Well, we can name the starting lineup for Dortmund as well now, Bob, can't we? After
Yes, well, you can, Miles.
Neven Subotic. Anyway, back to the league.
Yeah.
Good news in the notes of this, Bob. Before I read the score, Rossi returns from season-long injury.
Oh, bless
So he's back.
him.
Poor old Rossi.
Yeah.
One of the most injury-prone players ever, isn't
Yeah,
he? He
yeah.
sort of joined Jack Wilshere in
Yeah.
that world. Didn't come off the
Him and
bench.
Chicharito, you know,
Yeah.
those two hold a special place in the heart, don't they?
Definitely. Yeah, I used to,
Oh, yeah,
I used to
yeah,
love
yeah.
Chicharito.
Oh, Chicharito. I look that
He's
message.
a bit of a cult hero, isn't he, for
Yeah.
United?
Well, he was so passionate. He gave it, and that wonderful message that Sir Alex sent him.
Yeah. 'Cause he's back
So much affection.
He's back at Chivas these days, isn't he?
Yeah, so-
So 4-0 win against Wigan. Rossi back from injury.
Yep.
Sneijder, Neymar, Schweinsteiger, and Dylan with the goals.
Okay.
So you're 3 points back from United.
Yes.
You've got 2 games in hand though, and they've played
Right.
36. So
Okay.
this is tight and tense, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, surely I'm not going to deprive Sir Alex of his final.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I don't know.
Well, the next game is away against Man City,
Okay.
and it ends 0-0.
Right.
Big result, but actually not the worst result considering you had the 2 games in hand. So the next game
Yes.
is Newcastle United at home.
Yes.
It says in the notes, go behind, but 2 goals by Dylan turn the game and take him to 121 goals
Wow.
in total.
Okay.
Overtaking Kaka as second on the all-time list.
Wow.
Congratulations to Dylan. And then Benzema with the 3rd goal, created by brilliant interpassing between Sneijder, Booker and Benzema. So it ends 3-1.
Yes.
So another 3 points there. Then, well, I suppose now actually we're back into the Champions League, the semi-finals.
are.
So Bayern Munich in the semi-finals, Bob. First leg.
This is all getting very
It's
quite amazing, actually, isn't it?
It's tense.
It's tense.
First leg is away from home.
Yes.
Bayern Munich 3, North London 1.
Whoa.
Bastian Schweinsteiger with the goal for North London, obviously against his former club. Early injury for Weber changes the game plan as powerful Bayern performance threatens to blow North London away. Bayern dominate first half, 10 chances, 2 cleared off the line.
Oh, no.
2 early second half goals put Bayern in charge of the tie. Fortunate not to lose by more. Schweinsteiger goal, crucial.
Yes.
Goodness me, Bob.
Well, it's the away goal, isn't it?
It
In
is.
those days, it used to count double.
It is. That's massive. So
That's a stunning match.
it is. So we'll go straight to the second leg, I think, because
Go on.
we might as well find out what happens.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes,
At home.
go on.
4-1 to North London. No way.
Don't be silly.
Game of massive intensity against outstanding Bayern side produces one of the great European comebacks. Attack Bayern in first half with pace and intensity. Incredible second half defensive display. Taiwan with 30-yard Haynes wonder goal.
Yes.
Benzema with 2. Godin from a corner kick and Freddie Haynes with that clinching goal in the 76th minute, an absolute rocket. Well, about that, Bob, so you're in the final, and you are going to play Dortmund in the final, as it turns out.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's incredible.
So, Champions League final secured.
Yes.
What's going to happen in the Premier League?
Okay.
So, the following game from the Newcastle win is away at Everton, and it ends 2-2.
Okay.
A draw.
Yes.
Freddie Haynes with 2. It says Freddie Haynes unleashes 2 more long-range world-class goals. This is the season, isn't it, where he's really starting to come into this role.
Yes.
Massive.
Arriving 25 yards out.
Yeah.
You just cannot defend against it.
Yeah, you can't.
just can't.
So that leaves us, Bob.
Yeah.
1 game to go in the Premier League.
Okay.
Man United are top on 88 points, and you are 1 point back on 87.
Right.
So it's in United's hands, basically, right now. If they win their last game, it doesn't matter what you do.
We know what they did, though, don't we? It was a 5-5 draw.
Yeah, that is true. I wonder if there might be. So, could be an interesting final game of the season, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because they did draw the last game.
They did. So
does it open the door?
If I win, then I deprive Alex Ferguson.
So, because that would mean that they finish on 89 and you'd finish on 90.
Yes.
Well,
surely not.
Before then.
Surely I wouldn't
be so
callous and heartless as to...
So we often don't go through the cups in much detail, so we're just going to go through what happened there. Unfortunately, you went out in the FA Cup 5th round to Reading.
Right.
The Capital One Cup...
We lost to Swindon.
Yeah, I'm just going to look through here. Where is it? You get through to the Capital One Cup final where you play Swansea.
Swansea?
Did they get through to the final in real life? 1 year.
Well, I suppose they must have done. It would have been Brendan Rodgers,
maybe.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, you win that 2-1. So the Capital One Cup is already secured.
Okay.
You're in the final of the Champions League against Dortmund.
Because I always think it's nice to get some silverware.
Yeah. So,
and then it relaxes everything else.
So the Champions League final to come. Now, the final game of the league season. Yes. So this is where, United drew 5-5.
So I'm going to just speculate here for a moment, because there were a couple of teams that, in particular, towards the end of the season, used to be sort of bogey teams. One of them was Crystal Palace.
Okay.
Now, I've no idea who I'm playing in this because it's 12 years ago, let's face it. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But playing Palace at the end of the season always was difficult. And they, a couple of times, deprived me of the league title.
Okay. Well, I can say that you're playing Reading in the final game of the season.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is a team who knocked you out of the FA Cup, bear in mind.
Yes.
The final score?
Yes.
North London 1.
Yes.
Reading 0. But it says here...
Right.
Man United win title. Alex Ferguson's last season as manager.
So how did that happen then?
I don't know, but you've got them down as winning the last game of the season. So I wonder whether you have
intentionally. I think I have.
I've altered history. I think you've altered reality.
Yes.
Because United win the league on 91 points. North London finished second on 90.
And they definitely ended that
They definitely
season
drew it.
5-5 with West Brom, didn't they?
Definitely.
Oh.
But in real life, they'd already won the league by that point.
Yes.
So maybe you've played a bit of a realism card, and you've said that United would have gone out and won that final game of the season against West Brom.
Yeah.
So it's the first time I can remember you kind of massaging the truth slightly.
That's right.
But it's not in your benefit as well.
No.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like normally you'd kind of do it so that you would win something, but you've managed to do it so that United.
Yes.
You've given Fergie his last title. I think that's very magnanimous of you there.
When it comes to the idea of massaging the truth, this whole thing is massaging.
I suppose it is. So you've probably got the right to.
Yeah. Only massaging though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, North London do exist. Yeah. So the Champions League final against Dortmund to come, Bob.
Okay.
But before then, let's do one more football point.
Okay.
always do 3 in an episode. So let's have a little look-see and see, again, play along at home, let us know your scores. Okay. Seeing as the Euros have just finished, we'll do a Euros football points question to end the episode with. This is, name any outfield player to appear in the official Euro 2020 team of the tournament. So let's cast our mind back 4 years.
Tony Cruz.
Who won it that year? Italy.
Italy, yes.
So Donnarumma would have been in there.
Okay.
For a start, because I think he was crowned player of the tournament, possibly, was he?
Yeah, just repeat the question.
Basically, any player to appear in the... Oh, any outfield player.
Outfield player.
For fuck's sake. Ruined my first answer. To appear in the Euro 2020 team of the tournament.
Okay, Modric.
Okay, Modric. I would say Luke Shaw, because he scored in the final.
Yeah.
And England got all the way there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of Italy and England players. Who won the Golden Boot?
Harry Kane. Wasn't it Harry Kane? Didn't he get 5?
Kane. So, yeah, it could be Kane. The Italy left back, I think.
Okay.
Because he was really good that tournament, but I don't think he's gone on to be quite as good since.
Okay.
Spinazzola, I think his name was. So I'm going to put Spinazzola in.
Yes.
I'm going to put Spinazzola as my guess.
Okay, go on then.
Because I think
that's a good shout.
Yeah? Should we go with him?
Yes.
Right, we're locking in Spinazzola. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. So, obviously 10 correct answers here because there's 10 outfield players. Jorginho was the most voted for with 70.
Okay.
Raheem Sterling with 56.
Right.
Leonardo Bonucci with 43. Federico Chiesa with 32. Leonardo Spinazzola with 23 was our score there.
Well,
So 23. Other players in the team of the tournament. Maguire was 20.
Wow.
Lukaku 14. Pedri 10. Kyle Walker 7. And there was a pointless answer. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg was in the team of the tournament on 0.
There we are then.
But so we got 23.
Yeah.
So we add that to our scores from earlier.
Which is
Well,
it's Norton 28.
we are. Okay, fine. So 28 plus 23 is
51.
51. So if we're being honest, we got 151.
No, we didn't.
But 51 it was.
We didn't, Miles.
So I think we did quite well there. Really.
Yeah, 51's good.
All things being told.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let us know how you did at home.
Yeah.
Now, the big moment, Bob.
Yes. So we've won
Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League final.
Runners up to United in the Premier League.
Yeah, somehow. You've won the League Cup, knocked out in the 5th round of the FA Cup. So this is really the only chance of some big silverware this season. Ready, Bob?
Yes, go on.
The final score.
Okay.
Borussia Dortmund versus North London. 4-2 to North London.
Oh my goodness.
Incredible game, it says in the notes. Neymar opens scoring with brilliant left-footed shot across goal. Man of the match, Haynes gets second goal with a 30-yard thunderbolt again. He is a man mountain. Intensity drops in second half. Dortmund go into the game and score in the 73rd minute. Haynes puts North London 3-1 up with another 25-yard wonder goal. Dortmund hit back to make it 3-2 with 3 minutes left, but victory sealed with brilliant Dylan run and cross, which sets up Benzema to slam the ball home and claim victory. Wild celebrations, a 13th European Championship. The final score,
What
4-2.
great notes.
Those are good notes. Right? Yeah.
Oh, really good notes.
So Neymar scored the first goal. Freddie Haynes with 2 fucking thunder bastards.
Yes.
And Benzema in the 90th minute secures it. 4-2, Bob, and
Yes.
champions of Europe.
13th European Championship.
That
is amazing,
That's
isn't it?
outrageous, really, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So there we go.
So who were the top scorers then?
Well, let's have a look. Let's do an overall one first of all.
Okay.
I mean, Benzema's got to be top scorer of the season, hasn't he? He seems to score. Look, yeah, 29 for Benzema.
Yes.
7 in Europe he got.
Yep.
22 in the Prem. Dylan was second top scorer with 17.
Okay.
Good return from him. Neymar, a very good first season for him, 13 goals.
Right.
Joint with Ozil. Freddie Haynes scored 12 from centre-back. Total Club with 11. Weber and Granville both with 7.
Right.
Kaka got 6 before you let him go on free in
Yes,
January.
that's a mystery of
Funny
the
one.
season, that.
Perquis got a goal.
Did he?
In the cup.
See, he'll be a pointless answer.
Yeah. Redmond got a couple. Ericsson got a couple. Ben Barnard got a couple.
Yeah.
So, a decent season, really. Obviously, runners up to United. You couldn't really let them not win the title, could you, in Fergie's last game? So, Champions League and the Carabao Cup, or whatever it was at the time, in the trophy cabinet. And you also won the Charity Shield earlier in the year.
Oh, yes.
So
that's not bad.
So it's a pretty good season,
Yeah.
all things told. So there we go. So at this point in time, Dylan is now second top scorer in North London history on 121 goals.
Yeah.
So there we go, Bob.
So there we are.
What a season.
Wow.
What a way to end the
That was
season.
exciting.
Bloody hell. Amazing final.
Wasn't it?
4-2 in the final. Incredible.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Okay.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed it all, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. Remember to follow us on socials, by the way, at A Game of No Halves across social media. And we do put out video episodes on YouTube as well. Just search up A Game of No Halves podcast, and I'm sure you will find us. So, Bob, the Euros are finished.
Yes.
We'll
we'll either be commiserating or
celebrating. I know.
We don't know which.
We're celebrating in North London.
But we're
European
celebrating
win,
in North London.
That's the main thing.
European Champions League.
What a final, 4-2.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely amazing.
Yes.
So there we go. Any parting words for the audience, Bob, before we head off?
Freddie Haynes.
That's the way to end the episode. Just Freddie Haynes.
Yeah.
The amount of wonder goals he must have scored.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll catch you next week when I'm back from holiday. Hopefully looking a bit more tanned, but probably looking a bit more sunburned than I am right now, that's for sure. But we will see you then. So we'll look forward to it. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.